found it. So now, how do I get this on here without turning my, how do I get this on here without, there we go. Turn that off. And I think that will work. So let me just, okay, now I can see what you're seeing, and I can also see the comments. So if anyone is watching live, feel free to leave me comments because I can see them today. I may not notice them while I'm crafting, but I will get to them before we leave here. We are featuring the Stars at Night bundle. This is the stamp set. There are several different star shapes. What we're stamping today is going to be a sentiment and maybe some stars on the inside of the card. We have the die set with lots of different stars. And we will only be using the smaller stars today. Actually, while I have this here, go ahead and pull them out and stick them on the magnet sheet. And I may also use this label. Close this up. And then we also have the Stars at Night embossing folder, which is what we'll be using as well. And then we are using Misty Moonlight, which seems to be my favorite Christmas card color right now. We have an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock cut in half vertically to make a 4.25 by 11 card. Fold in half, it's 4.25 by 5.5. And then we have a piece of Misty Moonlight cut for the front of the card, 4 by 5.25. A piece of white for the inside, extra scrap of white for our sentiment. And I tend to always use silver and blue for my Christmas cards, but today I thought, let's make some gold stars. So I have some gold adhesive back glimmer paper. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. We have to use the larger one because we're using a full-size embossing folder, and it will not fit in the mini cut and emboss. So here's the larger one. And to emboss, we put down the base plate. And then, look, this is a hybrid embossing folder. So that means I don't need the embossing plate. I just need my cutting plates. I think it doesn't say 3D on it, so we'll see. Although it feels kind of thick. And then I put my piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock in here. Close up the embossing folder, trying to decide exactly where I want it. I'm thinking that's probably. I'm going to move it down just a smidgen. I'm already thinking about where I'm going to put those little gold stars we're going to cut. So, all right, I think that's it. And then you put the other plate on top and send it through. Although I think this needs the embossing plate. So let's get rid of the cutting plates. And we'll put the embossing plate on top. And I'm actually going to use my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to do the dies in a little bit. So I will put all of these away where I can find them again when I need them. And there is our gorgeous embossed star card print. I don't know how well you can see it. Try to adjust the light to bring it up closer to the camera so you can see those beautiful embossed stars. Before we cut out the stars, I want to stamp our sentiment on a scrap of white, which I'm gonna have to cut if I'm going to anyway, sorry, I didn't see that there was this little note in there that somebody had borrowed some stuff. So that's a big surprise to me. Okay, we are going to do, I think, let me just grab this. I know it fits perfectly with this stamp right here. Wishing you the best and brightest holiday season. That is the stamp that it goes with perfectly. That may be what we use, but I also want to see what it would look like around the Merry Christmas. I think we're gonna just do something a little unexpected today. And use the Merry Christmas along with this stamp set right here. Okay. Now I have to grab my Misty Moonlight ink, which is not where I expected it to be. Because it's right in front of me. I already grabbed it. You know when I do that, overlook something right in front of my face. Happens to me a lot. How about you? Okay, so I will be stamping Merry Christmas and using my chamois to clean off my stamps. And then stamping stars kind of right on either side of it. I know some of this is going to get cut off, but that's okay. Clean that stamp as well. Although while I'm stamping, I'm going to go ahead and stamp some of the stars on the inside of the card as well. Added some full color and some stamped off color. Okay. That aside. Clean off that stamp down. And I'm going to have to cut a little bit off of my sentiment scrap because it's a little too wide. To head into the mini stamp kind of box. Hopefully that'll do it. And we'll pull the mini cotton box over here. Along with the base plate and one cutting plate. And then we are going to put our sentiment, and we are going to find the die I just dropped on the floor. Line that up to get the Merry Christmas and some of the stars, and then put some washi tape on it so that hopefully it will stay exactly where I'd like it to stay. Put the other cutting plate on top and send it through. My handle fell off, but I'll just pop it back on there. And here we go. Maybe. put that right there for now. Go ahead and do the stars. With the bottom plate and then the first cutting plate, and then we're going to do this twice because I want the stars to all be the same. Well, let's try it with one of the other shapes and we'll see. We're doing 3. And cut my floss machine away for now. These back out. My gold stars. This one. And my take your pick tool. My little paper piercer in on there. So I can just poke through these holes and poke out my dies that I just cut out. And then going to start putting everything together. I am going to gently take off my washi tape and my die. Remember, pull it slowly at an angle. Okay. And now, where am I going to put these stars? I'm getting my other end back on my take your pick tool because I found that this little flat, whatever it's called, works really well to help get the adhesive off the back of my stars. This card was inspired by a card sample from the September through December Stampin' Up catalog. So I think I put that one over here. And I might actually put these little dudes directly on top of the stars of the same shape. This one, oh, this one right there. And this one right there. ones underneath are slightly smaller. I'm going to grab my snips. These are my ribbon scissors. If you are a paper and fabric crafter, you know that you need to have separate scissors for paper and for fabrics. And or otherwise your scissors will no longer cut your fabric. So I have a pair of scissors that I only use for ribbon. And I am putting the Night of Navy and Gold ribbon across the front of this card front. I did adhere it with a glue dot. Wow, it's pretty well. I'm going to snip and then pick up my other glue dot. Put it directly on the ribbon where I want it, and it'll come right off. And there we have that. And then I am going to put my sentiment label on using some dimensionals. Give it just a little extra height. Okay, and then I'm going to glue these to the front and inside of the card. I need to trim just a smidgen off the bottom of that. It is a little too long. Let's see how well I can do this since I already started gluing it. Maybe I'll peel it off. There's still a little time. I'm going to cover up those tears when I put it back on in a minute. Ignore that. I always say that if you get a card from me, if you really want to know, you're going to find some exciting things on the back side of the paper. But don't take it apart because I would like to continue you with the illusion that it's absolutely gorgeous and perfect. And then we're just going to put some glue back on here. And stick it back on here. And cover that up. It does need a little bit of extra help to make it not showing my mistakes, but that's okay. Somewhere I have an adhesive remover. There's a lot of noise happening in the outside of here, so I hope you can't hear it. I'm gonna get that adhesive off there with my adhesive eraser. This is just kind of like magic. And there we have the inside of the card. And here is the outside of our very first Stars at Night featured Christmas card. Come back next Thursday and we'll make card number 2. And I also just want to remind you that I will be having a mystery host party in our VIP group. We go live Saturday afternoon at 3, and the party will be all closed up, orders placed before the Stampin' Up shipping deadline for Christmas, which happens to be Monday, December 11th. So join me in the VIP group. If you're not already part of the group, just come on over and request to join and be there for our mystery host party. That means anyone who participates might get the chance to be the host and earns the host prize. Also, if you are local to me, next Wednesday, December 13th, from 2 to 4:30, I will be at M&J's Coffee House in downtown Augusta. We're going to have crop kit and a cup. So bring whatever you're working on. I will have kits that you can purchase from me and work on while you're there. The only price for this class is that you purchase a cup of something, a drink of your choice from M&J's Coffee House while you're there. I hope to see all my local people next Wednesday, and it's the everyone in the VIP group for the mystery host party on Saturday. And I'll see you all back here next Thursday. Bye, everybody. Okay.